Hey friends, it's Style with Centel, and welcome today. I want to do a quick makeup application and really focus on these three brushes. And these three are for an eye collection of brushes. But I'm going to do a little video on these three brushes, well, six, because they each have a different end to them. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. So I'm going to start with my 3D foundation. I'm going to quickly apply that, and I'm going to fast forward this video because we don't need to talk about that so much today. And we're going to focus on the eyes. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my palette. It's a one palette. Now I have my second layer currently all populated with eye colors, and this is the eyeshadow tile. So this is a tile that you can use in between putting your colors on, and you can rub your brush against that and it takes off your eyeshadow, so then you can transfer from light to darker colors. You don't have to worry about your eyeshadow transferring to you. So I've already put on some of my highlight color on my eyes to prep and prime my eyes, and then I go over with my perfector just to make sure there's no extra product sitting there. You can also, like if you have more oily eyelids, you can dab some translucent powder and put on your eyelids also to prep them. So everybody's eyes are going to be different. Everybody will go through a little bit different routine of what works for you. And like I always say, there's really no right or wrong way to put your makeup on or for your makeup look. It's always going to be your own style. So I'm just here to teach and educate and give tips of different things, and then you can decide what works for you. So the first one we're going to do is the line brush, and I have one of my dark brown eyeshadows. It's called Trust, and I use that to fill in my eyebrows. And I'm not too particular. I don't have my eyebrows all fancy dancy, but I do have some eyebrows left. So I just like to have them have a little bit more pop and a little bit more definition. And so you can start at the corner and kind of do a line up and then feather it all in. So the nice thing about this brush, it picks up, well, our products are quite pigmented. So it does with just a little bit, picks up a lot of product. So I like the spoolie end because it brushes out, and if you had any harsh lines with putting this on, it brushes it out. So if you can see that eyebrow compared to that eyebrow, I just like this one better because it's got some more oomph to it. Find my words. An eyebrow wax. And I keep this one in a separate container just because I guess you could put it in your tin too. And just spray a little setting spray into it and rub your spoolie into that just to get some of the wax on it. And this will set your eyebrows all day, however you like them. And it's not gooey or anything, which other products could be. Okay, so the eyebrows are done, liking how they look. And then we have two other brushes. We have the eyeshadow brush and the smudge brush. And the eyeshadow brush has a fluffy end and a little smudger end. And then the smudge brush has two denser ends for picking up product and putting on very, very soft bristles. One's more pointy, which would give you a thicker smudge, I guess. And one is more flat. So, but just really nice, especially if you like having different eyeshadows with different brushes. So, what colors am I going to start with and pick today? I am going to start with, a color called Stay Golden. And I'm going to use that, it's a level 2-3 kind of color. And I'm going to use that as my base and up my eye. So I have hooded eyes, so I'm going to go above my crease. And I'm going to use the flatter end of the smudge brush into that product. Stay Golden for me is a very neutral color. It's sort of the same color as my tanned skin. I guess maybe that's why it's called Stay Golden. So I'm just gonna brush that on probably not the best color for this example because it's not showing where a ton of the color is going, just because it matches so darn well. But I'm just filling that in, going above my, so I'm going above my crease. Especially if you have hooded eyes, you want to go above your crease with it and just pulling it all in that area. Okay, so then I want to take the more pointy end of the smudge brush, and I want to put a darker shade on that crease and kind of a 7 into the corner. And I'm going to pick, just pull that out. I need some fingernails. I don't really have any fingernails to pull that out. I'm going to pick Philly, so it's like this color. Okay, so I'm going to tap that in there, and then I'm going to start at the corner and tap, pushing into the corner of my eye. And I'm going to go above that crease line. So I really look back and make sure when my eyes are open, I'm going above where that natural crease is. If I just go in that crease, you just don't see that color pop up. So I just want to push it in from the outside. See, and then you get a really nice corner, and you get a really nice definition. See that? Of your eye. So now we'll do the other side. Okay, so that smudge brush works really well for those two colors. Now, you can clean that off with the brush towel if you want to put another. So I'm going to put a third color. I'm going to put this, pretty sure this one's called Xeon. Just in the corner here. And I'm going to put it here. So just kind of blending that further on the lid there. Now I'm going to grab the eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use that smudge end, and I'm going to take this first color, and I'm going to do the eye, the waterline area of the eye. And I didn't do all the way across, I just did about 3/4 of the way across. It's a way softer outline of your eye than just a thick, dark pencil line. So it's just a lot softer and more subdued. So I'm gonna then do Hot Chocolate, which is a shimmer, and I'm gonna use my finger because it puts it on better, on the lid of my eye. And I just think these are so pretty, these shimmers. They're so good to just add a little sparkle, a little depth to our eyes. So just put that on there. I'm going to take the fluffy end of the eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to pick Sabrina, which is like a basic level 1 here. And I'm going to put that on the inside, just to brighten up the inside of my eye here. And then Sabrina, we put right under the brow. So we don't want to take a lot of real estate up with that. We're just going to go right under the brow to brighten that up. And then we can take this and we can, like with the fluffy end, if we just want to make sure everything's blended in, but this we can blend it in. And this eyeshadow is really buildable. So all of a sudden you went, well, that's not showing me enough of a look there that I want. You can always add that, or you can add more colors. Like there's no limit. Probably 4 colors is a good amount of colors to add. So in my eyeshadow collection, I have the powder Photoshop, which is an illuminator, which adds a glow. So I just do like to add that. See how that glows? And it just gives you that more dewy, like youthful like skin. Okay, so off camera, I'll put on my mascara. And before I do that, I'm just gonna finish by adding a little setting spray. So I spray my setting spray right onto my perfector, tap that in to get it into the blend, and then I tap it on. Now, if I had any blemishes that were peeking through or anything else I was worried about, I could just quickly touch something up. I'm gonna put my mascara on and then I'll be done. And for some people, after they put on their setting spray, they're worried about their under eyes might be too oily or may move, and you might want to add a little bit of setting powder to that. You can just dab it on ever so lightly. Or if you had a blemish, let's say I have one down here that's kind of bugging you, you could just make sure that you've set that on there too. So there you have it. So I have just featured the 3 eyeshadow collection brushes. Today, the eyeshadow brush, the smudge brush, and the line brush. If you're interested in those, my links are all in my bio. And if you're interested in a color match, also links are in bio, or just send me a message and I'll be more than happy to help you out with your own color match. So until next time, live, love, learn, and laugh.